Good morning. Today I want to talk about the journey of the soul. The journey of the soul assumes an orderly, intelligent universe and envisions a kind of contractual relationship with being. It is an ancient spiritual answer to the question of why we are here on earth. It starts with the presumption that between lives we make a contract with being about where we're going to be born, the parents we're going to be born to, and the circumstances and issues that we're going to deal with in our upcoming life. This includes all the issues that we're going to encounter and have to cope with as we travel the arc of our next human life. This is called the soul contract. Every soul is on its own unique, individual, idiosyncratic, personal path as it struggles to learn the lessons that it came to earth to learn. The soul is catapulted into terrestrial life at birth, hurtling into the dizzying, chaotic world where it is whirled around and disoriented. The soul can only hang on for dear life as it begins its journey without guidance, instruction, or knowledge about why it is here and what it needs to be doing. It knows nothing of its own nature. It has to feel its way forward in life. It may make mistakes and take wrong turns. When it makes mistakes and finds itself out of alignment with being, it suffers, and this suffering generates learning, often bringing about a change of course or a fundamental insight about a true reality. This learning through suffering is often called the crucible. The soul has much to learn about itself, its relation to other people, and its relation to being and the cosmos. It is trying to contact true reality. Nothing is random. Everything happens for a reason, though we may not be able to see it. Life on earth is a school for souls, both at the individual level and at the species level. Life's experiences result in learning, though the learning may not be completed in one lifetime. None of this knowledge is consciously available to us in our early life. As we move through our lives, it is our job to uncover it, to extract it from the crucible of our often searingly difficult life experiences. We call this process of learning about true reality transformation. The soul is in the process of refining itself over many lifetimes. We are deepening and enriching our understanding and moving it to higher and higher frequencies, to ever higher discriminations and sensitivities. Our consciousness is being evolved, moving it ever nearer to being. As we evolve, we can see more and more of true reality. The journey of the soul, which begins at birth, is a journey orchestrated around the soul contract. It's a journey about the unfolding of our potential. It's a journey of maturation. It's a journey of education and development that occurs while we are working our way back to being. It's a journey to find the contribution that we are supposed to make to the whole. The arc of life is viewed as a circle. We start from being, progress through childhood, adulthood, and old age, and then return to being. All the way along, we are aware at some deep level that we are working our way back to being, and we yearn to be reunited with it. In the process of trying to find our way back to being, we have the opportunity to express the potential that we came to earth to express as part of our soul contract. In doing so, we have the possibility of giving our unique gift to the world. Most people spend their youth and middle years attempting to wrest personal value and significance from the material world and the culture around them. They seek status in achievement, notoriety, and recognition, not realizing that in the end, these goals are empty, even if achieved. Sometime in the later years, perhaps in the 50s or 60s, many people come to the conclusion that this endeavor has not worked and is not going to work in the future. They then reorient themselves, directing their energy and attention away from the outer world toward being and their inner world. This is the moment of the turning. After this important shift, the rest of their life is spent in the return. They pour their attention and energy into understanding and experiencing their interiority and the invisible spiritual realities that formerly were relatively unimportant to them. They are driven in this activity by an unconscious or semi-conscious yearning. They may not even know what they are yearning for, but they feel that something vital and deeply important is missing from their lives. They are right. This yearning is generated by the need to touch being, to reconnect with the invisible livingness beneath the world of material forms. It is the deepest and most true reality. If it does not occupy a central place in consciousness, life becomes trivial, pointless, meaningless, and full of despair. The yearning to touch being drives the years of the return, until finally the questing soul leaves the world of forms and returns to being, its home. The Sufis have taken this idea of life as a journey, a maturation process, and divided it into 7 stages. They call these 7 stages nafs. The word nafs means soul. The architecture of this idea is lovely. The concept is that each nafs is a separate level of soul, in effect, a different kind of soul. In the process of living, experiencing reality and reflecting on it, the soul refines itself and moves into new stages of development. Through this refining process, the soul can see more of true reality. It has a clearer view of spirit. It is closer to being. It is less invested in itself, less self-absorbed. It moves to a higher plane of thought, existence, and development. In that higher plane, it exists as a different, more developed kind of soul. One way of saying this is that the soul metabolizes its experiences and is transformed by them. The metabolizing, the learning, and the larger vision of reality all change its nature and its consciousness. If consciousness is changed, then one acts differently in life. One has a different framework, different experiences, and a different perspective on life. So the shift can be observed from the outside. The level of soul development, the stage of the soul's refinement, is apparent. Whether or not we recognize it in our consciousness, we are all on our personal journey of the soul. We are each a single thread designed to fit into and complement the vast tapestry of life on earth. Altogether, we are all evolving into higher, more developed beings.